Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey. Just going to pop my apron on, my lovely one that I brought in WA when I was over there visiting family last year. I love my aprons if you didn't know. Anyway, got a lovely smelling candle going in the background here. My daughter gave it to me and it smells divine. Anyway, today is Monday and I'm going to do a bit of a reset and a restock of some of the items that I'm running low on or have even run out of. So I've had a few requests after the last couple of videos about how I freeze down my celery and garlic and all those sorts of things. I have done them in some videos, but I will show you again. And so I've brought some bulk vegetables and stuff, and I really need to do something with them. I'm also down to my last few tablespoons of tomato paste, so we'll do some of that. And I've seen a new way of doing it, so I'm going to give that a go, and I'll show you as well if I can. It was in a Facebook group over here in New Zealand called Budget Busters, and somebody shared it, so I will try and get the link and leave it in the description of the person who originally did this video. Right, also in the Budget Busters Facebook group, it was shared a salad called, I think it's the Great Depression salad or the Depression salad or something like that. It looks so good. So it was used during the Depression years, obviously, when, you know, produce was, there was plentiful in the garden and you wanted to be able to kind of preserve it. So apparently it's got up in the fridge for up to a week. So I thought we might give that a go as well. And apparently it needs to sort of marinate in the dressing and it's best the next day, but we will still try it. Let's get organised and do some prep in the kitchen. Right, I'm just getting the recipe and I will link it in the description below, but I thought I'd show you it. So that's it there. The only thing I haven't got is the radishes, and I love radishes, so I really should pop some in the garden, and then I've got some along the way. I don't know, it just really appeals to me. So I've got everything else out that I've got here, and yeah, we're just going to play around with it. So I've grabbed myself a big jar. So I want to try it first before I make a massive amount, and I'm not even sure if the rest of the family will like it. So we'll give this a go and have it with tonight's meal. But yeah, so I've got a nice big Kilner jar here, but you can use any jar by the looks of it. So I've just got that there. It's got a head of shredded cabbage, carrot, cucumbers, green peppers. I'm not a fan of green peppers, so I'm leaving them out, and it says you can substitute with just more cucumbers, large red onion, thinly sliced radishes, and some celery. So I've already got the celery, and we're going to freeze the rest down. So I might keep some more out fresh in case I feel like some need to make up some the following week, or you know, it might not even last a week. By the way, it lasts a week in the fridge. Okay, so I'm just going to chop some veggies and pop them into a big bowl. Grabbed my big bowl. I don't know if you can just see how big this actually is. So I got it from Kmart, and it's actually a drinks, it's supposed to be like a drinks thing for punch or whatever, but I use this for all my baking and preserving and stuff. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to make up, I'll probably do about half a cabbage. It's sort of a medium-sized cabbage, this one. Take some of these outer leaves off. Right, so I'm just going to thinly slice this. going to chop it down this way as well. So that's the cabbage. Now I'm going to slice up some carrot. This is 3 carrots, but these carrots are quite small. I got 3 of this size bag. It was full for $5 at my local fruit and veg. So I grabbed them because they'll sit in the fridge just fine. So I'm going to go with, yeah, probably stick with these 3 and I'll see how I go. Can always add more if I want. I think it's one of those recipes that you can mix and match with it, and you can save your scraps for chuck them in a freezer bag and save them for any stocks. So I'll give these a wash up after I've finished and put them in some bags into the freezer. I guess you could grate this if you wanted to grate it, but I quite like the look of it whole, so I'm going to just diagonally, thinly slice. So I've just done an extra couple of carrots because I felt it needed it with the ratio of cabbage that I've cut up. So this is probably going to make 2 jarfuls, which is fine because I'll just eat on it over the coming week. I'm really trying my hardest to lose as much weight as I can to help my body, and just because I know I need to. So far 30 pounds down, so I'm happy with that. Right, what's next? I might do cucumber. I got 5 of these cucumbers for $5 at my fruit and veggie shop. I thought that was a great price. Oh, they're a bit spongy. Let me have a taste. They taste perfect. They're not bitter. So I'm going to thinly slice this. And I have a big jar of red onion pickled already. It's this size in my fridge because I love that, and I always have a jar of it in my fridge. Instead of using another onion, I'm just going to pop some of that into this salad because the dressing has vinegar in it anyway. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So I'll just keep chopping this up. I'll probably end up doing 2 of these. So there's all the cucumber and the carrot, and now I'll add the my already pre-pickled red onions. So these are my pickled red onions. Got pickling spice. Just make sure that they're still all good because I haven't been eating them as much as I normally would. They're still perfect. Good timing to use them up. And what I'll do is use the rest of this jar, and I might even reuse the vinegar. And then I can use this jar as well. So I will strain off the rest of the onions from this vinegar. There's no point in throwing it away, it's still perfectly good. What I need hot and something to drain that from. The rinse. That beautiful pink vinegar. Be a waste not to use it. Right, so that's that. So I'm pretty sure I've got everything in there now. I'm sure you could add, oh no, the celery. So I just bagged up the celery. So it says half a bunch. Use about that. I love celery. I've already washed it once, but I'll just give it another refresh. And for the more bigger pieces and the more woodier pieces, I like to peel that so it takes that stringy bit off. But if it's the more younger, tender, I don't bother. Just the bigger stalks, I do it too. Let me know if you make something similar to this already. With my frozen celery, I don't bother peeling it. I find that the freezing process just sort of breaks it down a bit more. Now I'm just going to dice this up. Okay, so the dressing is 1 cup of oil of your choice. That's actually over a cup. Half a cup of warm water. Sugar, 10 to 12 tablespoons of sugar. So I'll just grab that and put it into the warm water. So I only used 8 because I don't mind the dressing being tangy. I want a teaspoon of salt as well. You're sitting on my sea salt, so so the warm water is obviously there to try and dissolve the sugar as well, so just keep mixing it for a little while. We also want a tablespoon of garlic powder. Honestly, if you don't have garlic powder, I would be quite happy to put fresh garlic in there. And I'm sure you could add pepper if you want to. I won't because my vinegar already has it in there. Let's trying to dissolve this. Garlic powder. Use a little whisk. It smells really good. Okay, so in there. And 1.5 cups of white vinegar. Give that a mix. I'm sure you could leave the oil out if you didn't really want to have oil. With a good olive oil or avocado oil, use a good oil. Oh, that looks beautiful. Right, and we're going to add that to, I'm going to bring you up. Right, bring that all in. Get a pair of tongs and mix this thoroughly. This smells so good. Just going to make sure that everything gets coated in this lovely dressing, because it's what helps to preserve it as well. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands up and then I'm going to pop this into the jars. I might try a piece of cucumber. Oh my goodness. Wow. I made far more than what I thought I was going to. I'm pleased I did though. Looks like these 2 jars will be just right. And it says to pour dressing. Going to get a little paper towel and just clean off the rim. And wipe down these jars. Wow, I'm super impressed with that. That is so tasty. So tasty. I can't wait to try it in a few hours. I have some for my lunch. And I'll try it after we've done all the other kitchen things. We'll try it again later. Isn't that beautiful? I seriously think you might like this recipe. Okay, now I'm just going to have a clean up and then we'll get on to doing the next few things. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, you may or may not have seen the video already, but it was me harvesting my garlic, and I haven't got around to chopping the rest of these up. So I am going to grab a jar of my honey. Well, it's not mine, it's not from the farm, I brought it. It has crystallized, which is all good. I'm taking a smaller jar and I'm going to put some of my whole organic cloves of garlic in with some honey, and then it's going to ferment, and it's great for when you get colds in the winter. Apparently I have made it before, but I ended up not using it, and I don't know, the garlic that I got was from another country, and I'm not sure, you know, how they produce their garlic, and because it's something that you're going to eat raw and it's fermented in raw honey, I decided that I just didn't feel comfortable eating it, so I waited until I had my own organic garlic. So that's just my preference. Of course, you don't have to. Open this jar. That's perfect. Okay, so basically you just put some honey into the jar. I'll bring you down so you can watch. And as the garlic sits in it, it makes the honey go quite runny anyway, so I'm picking it will probably help with the crystallization issue. So I'm just going to chuck a few whole cloves in now, and you basically just put a lid on it and then you sort of turn it upside down and then leave it for 12 hours or whatever. I did it morning and night, and then I put that one in, that's too big to eat. So yeah, so if you're feeling sick, you just grab one of these cloves out and have that, and apparently it's great for colds and flus, etc. Given that we're coming up to our winter season, I thought I'm going to give it a go. Okay, and now I'm just going to grab some more honey and top that so that they're covered. That will do, donkey. What movie? And I'm just using one of these lids. Give it a bit of a wash. So make sure that you burp it for the first week or so, because it can sort of create a bit of a gas. Just do that, and yeah, just make sure that all the cloves have been covered by the honey. So I'll just keep moving this jar around, and you just leave it on the bench. Okay, we'll leave it up there for now. So for the rest of this garlic, I'm out of my pucks. from my last video, so I'm just going to whiz them up in my Thermomix, because I got rid of my kitchen blender whiz thingy. Don't need it now for the Thermomix, so I'm just going to whiz it all up with a little bit of oil, just so that it sort of clumps together, and then I'm going to show you the new method that I saw. Plug them all in. Start with a couple of tablespoons of oil. And just whiz that up. I just want a little bit more oil so that it sticks together just a tiny bit more. About another tablespoon. Alright, so that's much better, sort of clumping together. So I'm just going to grab all the stuff that's on the lid, and I'm going to grab one of my bag holders. They are linked in the description if you are looking for these, and I do have some for sale in New Zealand if you're keen. So instead of making little parks, she put everything into the bag. Get my scraper. And I'll see if I like this method more or whether I prefer my other way. But you don't know until you try, right? I see the beauty of this because it saves double handling them, and I don't have to put trays into the freezer. I'm just trying to get all of it out. And then she closed the bag. I've left it open just a little bit, and then she flattened it out. Just going to get the rest of that air out and close it. Yeah, so she's flattened it out. Maybe a rolling pin. A little bit of air in there. Right. And then she just grabbed the back of a knife and then just sort of like made indents. And then went the other way. It's not really working though. The indentations aren't working properly. maybe what I need to do is wait for it to freeze up a little bit first. So I might do that. Put this on a tray and freeze it up for a little bit and then do the indentations. There you go. Brain's computing a little bit more. So I'm going to pop that in the freezer. Yeah, so popping it in the freezer, I think that'll work, and then when it's partially frozen, then put the indentations in, and then you know, you just break the pieces off as you need it. Otherwise, I don't mind putting them in pucks, and I think I actually quite like it that way. But I'll give this a go, and then I'll let you know what I think. Right, so with the celery, when I got it, I got them for $2 a bunch, so I picked up 3 bunches. I've used some fresh, and the rest I'm just going to, I've cut up, and I'm basically just going to dice it, and then throw it all into a Ziploc bag. It's one of my big Ziploc bags. I'm not going to blanch it, and then I'm going to throw it in the freezer. And then what I do is they're in my outside freezer, and I've got one in my inside freezer, and then you just sort of like smash it on the bench if it's clumped together, but on the whole it's usually not a problem. And then you just pick out as much as you want. Obviously it's not good for eating fresh because they'll be quite soft when they thaw, but it's perfect for any cooking, any soups, casseroles, or any other way that you may use it in your cooking. So yeah, I'm just going to spend some time in chopping these up and filling another probably a bag and a half. All the tops have just gone straight into a bag, straight into the freezer for making stocks. So I just break it down into smaller sizes and just chop away. Much rather do this when it's in season. I don't know about you, but I find celery quite difficult to grow where I'm at. Just never seems to get very big. Probably need to feed it more, would be the answer. Right, so I've got one full bag and one that's only got that much in here, but I don't have any in my freezer in here, so this will be the perfect amount. So you just take out all the ear. The other thing that you could do for long-term storage is put it into vacuum seal it into, you know, into bags. So that's that, and I've left some for fresh to make another depression salad if I like it next week. Alright, so that's another job off the list. I'm also going to do the same with some onions, and I brought a big huge bag of 10 kilo bag of onions. Now's the time to buy them, and just think about how many onions you buy. So for at the veggie shop, the 10 kilo bag was $10.99, but a kilo of onions was $3.99. So if you think about it, if you've got the space in the freezer or the dehydrator, I will actually be dehydrating some as well. I'm not going to do it today though. So yeah, I'll tackle that big bag that I've got. I will dehydrate some, I will freeze some down, chop it, freeze some down, and I might actually make some little pucks the same way that I make the garlic as well. So if I just want a little bit of onion and have finely minced onion in something, then I can grab a few of those out to pop into a meal as well. What else have I got to do today? That's probably it. Let's try this salad. Okay, try and get a little bit of everything. And a carrot. Wow. I'm not kidding. You have to give this salad a go. Oh yeah. That's lunch for me. Alright, so it's been a few hours and I got out the garlic, and can you see how I've put the, yeah, so that worked really well. So sort of froze it a little bit, and then I used the back of this knife here, and then I just sort of indented it, and I think they'll break off in little cubes now, so that works quite well. And I'll let you know in coming weeks whether I like it doing it this way or whether I just prefer the little pucks. But for now, that's what I did. Here's the garlic and honey. It's just actually, it's got really cold here and it's just absolutely pouring with rain, but all the honey is gone in between the little nooks and crannies, and over the next few days this will soften and it'll go more liquid. So just keep, you know, turning it and making sure that that garlic is always well coated. The other thing, oh my goodness, so I had a nice big helping of this salad, and I can tell you without a doubt it is probably one of my most favourite salads. It's that good. So I will link that recipe definitely in the description, and if you're a Kiwi and you want to check out Budget Busters New Zealand, go for it. It's an amazing group, and yeah, it's just like there's so many good so much good information, and yeah, just helpful posts and stuff, and the moderators and people that run it are just incredible with what they do. It's a fantastic group. So yeah, if you're a Kiwi, go and check out Budget Busters. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Totally give this salad a go. Grab some celery while it's still cheap at the moment, and some onions, and you will save yourself lots of money over the coming months if you buy in season now. Alright, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.